Hey, welcome to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, Norris Pope Johnson. I got with me my first lady.
Hello, everyone.
I got with me Dcsbaddest.
Hello there. What did you do?
And this is Unpack Radio, where we unpack the issue. And we got a night of comedy, it looks like. But before we get to the laughs and the jokes and all the funniness, we have our back to school giveaway coming up. We got the backpacks, we got the haircuts, and we got a few long form essays for some of these giveaways. Somebody sent us their whole school supply. I think it's for their cousins too, because they said like notebooks times 8. Like notebooks times 8. What you need 8 notebooks for? But
that's the whole year though.
Yeah, we got you. We got you covered. But if you're a single mother in the DMV area, you can reach out to the First Lady. Where can they find you, First Lady?
You can send me an email at kimhonda69@yahoo.com. That's KIMHONDA69@yahoo.com.
And if y'all would like to help us buy 25 notebooks for one child, you can also reach out for donations at that same email. Because I read that joint like, hey, what you need 5 folders for?
It was a lot.
But we got you covered. We got a comedian coming in. We met him on Instagram. This is how social media supposed to work. You people out there, this is what social media is supposed to do.
Yes.
You supposed to network with people. But hey, you know what I mean, y'all want to be sliding people DMs and doing all the other type of foolishness.
Okay.
Let's bring the brother in, Papi the Bear.
Oh man, what's happening? What's happening? Unpack. How y'all doing this evening, man?
Hey,
hey,
how are you?
You sound a little low, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Well, I can hear you now.
All right, awesome. Hey man, I appreciate y'all having me on today, man. Sorry I couldn't be in studio, but I got exposed to the vid, so I wanted to make sure everybody's safe. But I definitely wanted to come through and holler at everybody and say what's up, man. How y'all feel?
We're good, and we appreciate you standing all the way the hell over there. I mean, because you would came in, start coughing and sneezing and shit. You gotta get the fuck out. That's what I'm saying. All right, bro. Before we get into the laughs and the jokes, let's go into a little bit of your background. What did you grow up at? Why did you want to become a comedian? All that other good stuff.
Oh man, born and raised Baltimore City, man. And comedy for me, that's pretty much been an outlet my entire life. Came up on the west side of Baltimore, man, and that's all we did, man, was try to laugh to keep from crying, from a lot of the pain. I started professionally doing comedy around about 5 years ago. What happened to me was I had a life-changing surgery, pretty much had a tumor. In my head, thought it was a sinus infection, and it turned into something else. And then we found out, that situation was going on. And with that, the doctor told me that I would have to learn to walk, talk, wouldn't be the same man that I was when I went into that operation. And what ended up happening, man, through the grace of God and the love and the healing of my wife, I was able to come out of that situation. And I said to myself, everything that I wanted to do in life, from then on out, I would never stop. So that's where the comedy thing came in for me, man. I had a couple of comedy friends that really talked me into it and really told me that I should try it, and went to a show with Howard G. Shout out to Howard G. He put me on stage, man, and the rest is history, brother.
All right, now explain to us the streets of Baltimore when you was coming up and you had to use that laughter to heal the pain.
Oh, man, absolutely, man. Listen, I grew up Sandtown, Winchester, around the Poplar Grove area, places like that. It's a rough spot, man. You understand what I'm saying? Especially being a light-skinned cat, had to crack a lot of jokes. I wasn't a street cat. My pops kept me on the straight and narrow, man, and just being around those type of situations, just seeing the drugs and the, the addiction and seeing the poverty in those situations, you had to be able to smile through all of that. Had a lot of friends and family that went through a lot of things early in life and didn't know how to laugh. So me being who I was, I felt like it was my job to keep the smiles on their face, to keep people laughing, man, and keep them grounded, brother. That was my biggest thing, man. I wanted to see my family smile through whatever they was going through.
First Lady.
Wow. Oh wow, that's deep. That's very, very deep. You know, I guess growing up, you know, like that. Explain some of the stuff you was talking about. You know, I heard the light skin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of relate about that light skin thing. You know, how did that affect you?
Oh man, look, you remember how Terrence Howard used to talk about how he had to walk around with a screwdriver in his back pocket, and because he was light skinned, because everybody picked on him.
Right, pretty boy.
Right, exactly. So you know, I was the young cat, you know, in the neighborhood, man. I was first of all, I was the oldest of two, you know, and my sister, she was the feisty one, you know. So it wasn't so much my beefs that I had to get into. I had to fight.
Oh,
and pretty much Pops was like, look, that's your sister. Either you gonna hold it down or you got to deal with me. So I'd rather deal with them cats out in the street than to deal with Pops at the crib. So it was one of those type of situations. And again, man, you know, I was never one to be with a lot of cliques and stuff like that. So a lot of the guys, they either didn't know me or they seen me and didn't really know too much about me. So when it came to the beef type situation, it was one of them situations either you had to fight or you had to talk your way out of it. And I was pretty much one of them guys, man. I was real diplomatic growing up. And when it came to cracking a joke, making somebody smile, that was my thing. I was a negotiator pretty much. I was able to diffuse plenty situations when I was a kid, you know, just by speaking to cats and, you know, talking to them and relating to what they had going on. You know, if it was somebody that had something going on with their mother or anything like that, you know, I crack jokes about their wig, you know, their feet, you know, whatever, just to break the monotony, and that got me out a lot of ass whippings.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so tell me who and what was your inspiration? Did you look at Richard Pryor? Did you look at what's his name, Eddie Murphy? Did you watch those? I know we wasn't supposed to as children, but you know we always got a way to get to the TV. So how did they affect your comedy?
So my grandfather was a huge Red Fox.
Oh wow!
My grandfather was a huge Red Fox fan, and he had the very first comedy that I was exposed to was Red Fox. Wash Your Ass. Wash Your Ass. Comedy album that I was ever exposed to, and I fell in love with the style and the style of comedy that was Red Fox. That is Red Fox, and it was electrifying to me. It was something that just made me just want to live in that, because it was so relatable. It was dirty, it was raunchy, but it was everyday that connected you to what it was, you know. And my granddad, he was that type of guy. He ran numbers. He did a lot of, you know, he had a whole bunch of young ladies, you know, running in and out of the house. So it was kind of like that connection for me. And then the Red Fox, you know, with the Red Fox situation, like that's really what made my comedy what it is today, because I could say from a kid on up to now, like that was my persona.
Okay, so did you fall prey to any of the riffraff that was going on the west side? You know,
sometimes I did. Like I said, my pops, you know, my pops a good dude. You know, he kept me close. So at a young age, you know, I really didn't fall. You know, the streets didn't catch on to me. You know, it wasn't until I got into my teenage years, until I was a little bit older, you know, where things got a little sketchy for me. But even then, you know, I had that mindset that, you know, that wasn't for me. You know, my little this, my little that, you know, did my 1-2 thing in the street, but that wasn't for me. You know, that definitely wasn't my thing. You know, I was more so the cat. I like the dress, you know, I like the women, and you know, I just like to have fun. You know, that was one of my things back in the day. So streets didn't really catch me like that. You know, I had a lot of friends that were in the lifestyle that I myself tried to pull them away from. You know, that I felt like that was pretty much my job as far as being from that area. You know, letting people know, like, listen, it's another way. You know, that was my biggest thing, living on the west side.
all right, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
No
My
problem.
next question is, in the world of comedy, things are getting very interesting because, it seems like people are playing it too safe because they're afraid to offend people. So how do you balance making people laugh by just talking, but making it interesting by not playing it too safe? Because me and Kim went to go see some great ones lately, and I'm gonna call them out later. It just went. Yeah, we were upset because they were playing it too safe. They're scared now to be too dangerous.
They professional, like we know them, celebrities.
We grew up watching them, and I was disappointed.
Well, I'm gonna say this for me. I came into the comedy game very raw. I speak my mind. I don't stay away from topics. If I lived it, then I'm going to talk about it. I don't care, what's going on in the world. I'm unapologetically me, and when you come to see a Papi the Bear show, that's what you're going to get. I'm not going to play it safe. I'm not apologizing for anything I say because a lot of my comedy is not offensive to anyone. I may touch on subjects that may be a bit sensitive to people, but at the same time, I'm respectful. But with me being respectful, I'm gonna be real, So in any aspect of it, comedy is one of those last arts that are I feel like it's sacred. It's the last one. It's the last piece of art that has freedom of speech to it. Excuse me. And I feel like if we just start censoring ourselves and playing it safe, if we continue to do that, then it's going to die. But it won't die with me. I can tell you that now. It definitely won't die with me.
Now, I know when you mentioned that Red Fox, I giggled a little bit because I remember that album.
Right.
I remember going into the basement, me and my girlfriend sneaking to listen to it very softly.
Right.
But we could not contain ourselves because it was most of the funniest, raunchiest album I ever heard in my life.
It was just that raw. And for me, when I got a hold of that, I just wanted to live in that, and me just being from Baltimore. First of all, if you know about Baltimore, Baltimore is a raw place, period. DC is a raw place. The DMV in itself, it's a raw place. Some of the best comedians, some of the best talent in the world came out of the DMV.
Right.
Being themselves. So I have to stay authentic to that,
Right. Now, let me ask you this real quick.
Yes.
Being a comedian and getting yourself known and getting out there, have you got a lot of pushback from a lot of family and friends? Have you, you know how when you start getting a name for yourself, you start getting a lot of negativity or you think you're better. Have you got a lot of that from any of your family or friends?
Hating.
Yeah, the hateration.
I'll say this. I have an amazing support system.
Oh, that's awesome.
First of all, I keep God first. That's one. So anything that's for me is for me and can't nobody stop it. That's two. My mom and my dad, I'm still blessed to have them here.
Right.
I'll take it back to my very first comedy show. I was very nervous because, again, I only had 5 minutes, but my set was kind of raunchy. And I sold all of these tickets. My great come in, my aunts, my mom and my dad was there. I was very nervous. And I talked to my mom. I told her, I said, listen, you gonna hear some stuff. And before I could finish the sentence, she said, I don't want to hear nothing. You go out there and you be you. And you make these people laugh. That right there, when Mom Dukes gave me the stat, wasn't up nobody. It was balls to the wall from there.
Right.
I
got approval.
That I never met that wall of you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And that didn't come from family. That more so came from outside sources that didn't matter. So my family, I'm talking my wife, my kids, everybody, they back me 100%, 1000% actually, and what I'm doing. And they're really happy that I'm doing it. I'm living and within myself, I'm outside of the box of a lot of things that I would normally do as a dad and a husband, but I'm happy. and they're happy. They see me happy. They see the glow when I do what I do, and they love it, man. You know, and they root me on from the sidelines.
So tell me, what do you do, one, for fun, and then what do you do to um exit all the negativity, to just space it out? Your zen with your happy place. Do you have a happy place when you get overwhelmed, when it just gets too much and the haters are at your door, the finances is not going right, the kids acting crazy? You know what I'm saying? So we all go through things. Everybody going through something. So what I'm asking you is, how do you balance it all? What is it that you do?
I'm at my go-to music and my wife.
Okay, what kind of music you like?
A little bit of everything. I'm a big guy, so I'm a huge Rick Ross, Kiki fan. You know, I'm 41, so that could tell you what the age range of the music that I listen to. You know, I love R&B. Anita Baker, that do something to me.
Oh yes, God.
Anita Baker, that she do something fun.
Yes, you can't do R&B without Anita. I'm just sorry, you can't.
You know, Anita with a nice cigar, man. I kick back with my lady. You know, most of my children are grown. I have one baby boy, and he doesn't live with me permanently. He's here with me for the summer, but you know, he's 11. All the rest of my kids are 20 and above, and yeah, man, I kick back with my wife, and you know, we chop it up, and you know, and cool out, and you know, and outside of my wife, you know, my son, which is the only boy, is the baby. You know, that's my best friend. That's my guy. 11, but you would think he's 21 with some of the conversation.
I understand. I have an 11-year-old as well. So how much of your comedy has he actually heard? Because I'm sure you have to practice around the house sometimes. So he kind of like, does he give you feedback?
So I'll say this. So like I said, he doesn't live with me full time.
Okay.
His mom did call me and told me he snuck and listened to my comedy. Now, I didn't want to expose him to that. He's seen some of the skits. He's actually started some of the skits with me. But as far as my stand-up, I didn't want to expose him to that just as of yet. But he went and listened to it. And surprisingly enough, he was mature enough to dissect what was real and what wasn't. And he gave me pointers. I said, hold up, brother. Like, what you mean? You know, I need to do this different. But I took that feedback and I ran with it. And surprisingly enough, he was right. So some stuff I run by him, you know, and we talk about it, one, because he's coming up in this world.
Yes.
We've been here for a while, but he's coming up, and seeing it through a child's eyes is different. And for me to listen to my son say, all right, Dad, well, you might want to say this like this because people my age will get it. Or people Naya's age, which is my daughter, you know, their age will get it and see what happens. And I'll do it on the show. He's actually given me material before, you know, for that, talked about situations with him and I, you know, so it was definitely it's always an experience, you know, going through that, you know, especially having a kid that you can grow up with. I have all girls, and he's my first boy, so, and he's the last of the weakest one, but that's my dude, and he's definitely my coach.
That's what's up. So how does your wife feel about all of this? You said you been in it for 5 years. I'm not sure how long you've been married. So this is kind of new to you guys.
Yes.
So how has it affected her and your relationship?
She loves it. I take it to every show with me. That's my good luck charm.
Oh, look, listen to us. Oh, right.
I just gotta keep it real. You know, my wife is my best friend, you know, and she's somebody that I trust her opinion in a lot of things. I don't have a woman that, you know, that's too overbearing and she has to be heard or seen, anything like that. She let me do my thing, you know, and I keep everything respectful, you know, on every level. You know what I'm saying? So it's a super dope dynamic because she helps me with a lot on the business side, you know, and, you know, we talk about everything, you know. Anytime I go across, come across as far as like a new joke or something like that, if I say it to her, if she don't laugh, I know I got to work on it a little bit because she's a hard person to make laugh, you know. So I know if I get a chuckle out of her, I might get, you know, quite a few laughs, you know. So with as far as the dynamic with me and my wife, man, it's super dope. You know, we talk about just about everything, you know, and she puts me higher than where well, I'm not gonna say where I'm supposed to be, but higher than where I am. Like if a venue don't look right to her, oh no, you two get to be in there. They need to get the heat right. What is the green? He don't drink. Bob, do y'all got Fuji water? Like she's like that, you know. So she's one of those who she wants the best for me. So sometimes I gotta, you know, pipe her down a little bit. But other than that, man, she's super dope. She's always in my corner with it, man. So no problems and no worries there.
First lady.
Well, look, I've been to some comedy shows. Have you ever had an experience where you had some tough crowds that just did not want to laugh, didn't want to cooperate? I mean, how do you do with hecklers and things like that?
Oh man, so I can give you two stories. First story, I was downtown Baltimore at the Arena Players. Now, I was not informed that this was a NAAA recovery show.
Oh no.
It went left. Straight from off the break, it went left. So Cool Bubba Ice was hosting, and they introduced me. I go out on the stage, and it's a young lady in the crowd, and she's going off. And I usually don't engage the crowd like individually, like I'll talk to everybody. But something says, say something to her. I said something to her, and the next thing you know, I heard somebody across the room say, "Nigga, you better play with something safe, goddammit." I didn't realize we was right across the street from the projects, and the whole McCullough Homes was in there. And before you know it, they let out this loud boo, like you would have thought I was at the Apollo Theater.
Oh wow!
I get one joke off. I said, "Hey, that's my time. Y'all be good. I'm out of here." And they cut the music on. I got out of here. You're not gonna stand up there and boo me like that. And I'm just no, I'm not doing that. So I got out of there. That's the first story. Second story, I was at not G10. It's a club right up around the park. I can't remember the name of it. Neither here nor there. So it was a couple of young ladies behind me on the stage, and they just kept talking. And I turned around and addressed them, and they started talking back, but I had to give it to them. You know, like one young lady, you know, she ain't had no teeth in her top of her mouth. You know, I told her, I said, talking to me, you know. And the other young lady, you know, her wig was falling back, and I was like, "Miss, you know, excuse me, miss, with the receding hairline, I'm gonna need you to pipe down." We got it back, you know. We got everything back in order. You know, I ended up buying them drinks after that. You know, let them know it was all love, but don't talk to them, sat baby. You know, so that was one of the situations I had.
Oh wow!
Now my question is, describe the process of your writing process to get to the point where you know you're ready to make it funny. How long does it take you to actually write? I know people like to call them jokes, but I realize in the professional world they call it a bit.
Right.
So that's a professional term for it. But how do you change, how long does it take you normally to get to where you're going?
I'll be completely honest with you, brother. It don't take me long. A lot of what I write is my life. And a lot of what goes on in my life is very humorous, especially when it comes to dealing with family and, you know, dealing with past experiences and things like that. So it doesn't take me long to write. The writing process itself isn't what takes long. It's the intertwining of everything. So let's say I'll write a 3 to 5 minute bit, and when I go over it, I may see something that I may want to add, but in me adding something to that bit, I may think of something else that's funny as well. And go off, and that 5-minute bit may end up being 10 or 15 minutes. So now I got this 10 or 15-minute bit that turns into this whole story, and it's just out there, and I just tweak it from there. I'll record myself doing the bit, listen to it a few times. I used to do music, so the way I write, I'll write something and then I'll record myself saying it and listen to it a few times. And if it's something that needs to be done over or something I need to add to it, that's how I get it in.
So I heard you say that you write, and I heard you say something about the skits. So are we looking forward to plays in your future? Is that something looking forward to?
Absolutely. I'm actually co-starring in a web series called Tommy Sky, which I play a crooked police lieutenant. Actually help write some of that series as well. I'm also in the process of writing a movie called Big Daddy. I'll give you a little bit of snippet of what Big Daddy is about. Big Daddy is about a uncle that is raising his nephew. The nephew's mother and father passed in a car accident, and he's raising his brother's son. And it goes off into quite a few different elaborate things he has to adjust to, this, raising this young man. And he gets him all the way up to where he's ready to go to college and get married. And he's just this guy that says pretty much, and he goes to meet some things happen. So it's definitely coming. I'm just about finished that. I'll be finished that by at least October of this year, looking to shoot around February, March of next year.
That sounds interesting. Definitely looking forward to that. Listen, who are you starstruck by, and who would you like to meet? What star, what actor, actress would you like to meet?
And who would I like to meet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all know the show The Walking Dead.
Yes, we do know The Walking Dead.
A huge Michonne fan.
Okay.
No comment. I'm with my wife. Just here so I won't get fined.
I mean, man, Michonne, she's an amazing actress. I love her on the show, and then I've seen several other roles that she's played as well. So Michonne, that's somebody that I would be actually just Star Trek, her and Lupita.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. If you never seen these two actresses, they were in Guardians of the Galaxy. They were in Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity Wars. They are the black goddesses who keep the Black Panther safe with the long ass spears.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
That yes was a little too hard.
Okay.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
You better watch it.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Got the door locked, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say right now. I'll take the
I know that's right.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. Now, normally we do a letter, but since we're in the world of comedy, we're in the world of laugh and giggles, and nobody's seen this picture but me and the first lady, so we get two surprise reactions.
Oh, Lord.
And we're gonna give us our honest feedback. Pull it up, Trump. We're in the world of comedy. Let's go for it, baby.
What?
Yeah, the one I sent you just now. And we're in the world of laugh and giggles and ha-ha and hee-hees.
Did you tell him? Do he understand what you about to do?
See, this why you got to surprise people, Dcsbaddest. You got to surprise people.
I'm scared.
Surprise people. You got it's like a birthday cake. It's like a birthday cake. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's just you open the box and the box is like, oh, whoa, what the? I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I'm ready for you, bro. Pull it up.
What we got? Oh,
goes to somebody's house on the first date.
Ew.
On the first date, you say, "Hey, babe, I gotta go to your bathroom real quick.
Disgusting.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick." You walk into the bathroom and you see this upon your arrival in the bathroom.
Orders in the bathroom.
First of all, I can cuss, right?
You can cuss, bro. We'll censor it.
Nasty bastard. First of all, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say.
Ew, I don't even think I could go.
But the hand
still
soap
use
look
it.
untouched. I don't know if anybody's paying attention. Hand soap.
It
Oh
look
wow,
touch.
that's crazy.
I,
That's crazy.
That's clean, y'all. That's clean.
I can't. I don't. Damn.
Maybe.
Like, oh,
They only it ain't being used. That's what it look like.
Yeah. That's why it's clean and full.
Oh,
this
that's,
is. Oh my.
I couldn't even use the bathroom. Like you know how sometimes you could do a pop squat.
No, you
I can't even pop a squat. You can't.
If I open the door and I see that,
That's disgusting.
if I see this upon opening the bathroom door, there are fisticuffs that will be laid. There's no going in that. First of all, why would you invite me to that?
Yeah, that's not even.
Why
Cool.
would you invite me? We got to step outside for that. Like me and you, that like two grown men, we gonna square up because you invited me to that.
He mad.
I'm upset. It was an aggressive conversation about this bathroom, man. No, sir, I can't do
Where
that.
did you get that picture? Like,
Hey,
what?
the craziest thing when my nephew said, "What if the vibes were there?" I'm like, "What vibes? I'm out of there."
Very
I'm leaving. Come on now, bro. From now on, when you edit out YouTube videos, you got to put on 2 gloves.
So wait a minute. If you were single before you were married, you were single and you met a nice young lady and she says, "Let's go back to my house for the night." And you walk in her bathroom to prepare yourself and you see this.
It's not happening because if her bathroom look like that, I can only imagine what the coochie look like.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine.
Coochie. I ain't heard coochie in a long time.
But sadly, some men would still go there.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's some cats that would say, you know what,
It'd be that type of hit.
baby, you know what?
With your clothes off.
He'll take
I'm itchy already.
he would take her home and wash her up. He would take her home and wash her up. Clorox her down. And he would, he would get to that. I can't do it though. I got sensitive skin. So being around anything like this,
wow.
I can't do it. No, sir.
I had someone tell me they would still hit it, but you just bend her over the bed.
That's what I just said. No clothes coming off except for her.
Except for when that roach start crawling up your leg. You try to knock off the roach and try to hit it at the same time.
Disgusting.
Knock off a roach and you try to... bro. Hey, thank you for the day, my love. I gotta go to church in the morning and give my life to the Lord.
But seriously, a lot of guys still would go for it.
No.
Okay, so look, you gotta understand something, right? Now, even if you try to bend something like that over, right? First of all, you got to think about the flap air that you understand, that flap air that comes up. You know, when you hit that flap, that's
It's
noise day today, huh? Everybody acting out.
I understand what he's saying.
Right.
He's going up with this.
You know, one or two flaps the nose, and it's a wrap. I mean, if that don't stop everything.
Thank you, Father. DC, your next question, my love.
I don't even know what to say.
That just almost shut
yes,
it all
that
down.
did. It's time to go.
I forgot we was talking about comedy.
Hell, it's time to go.
That flap air caught you in the nose just now too, didn't it?
Oh wow!
in your mind,
that's just utterly disgusting, and we have to do better. We got to teach our sons. This is another thing about coochie. Some men, and I'm talking about grown men. I have cousins that literally said this in the kitchen on Sunday. that it's supposed to smell like fish?
Hell fucking no. I don't supposed to show up with nobody
I
uninvited
said
fish fry.
what?
I don't supposed to show up in your company fish fry uninvited.
But some of our younger y'all better teach these young boys.
I can't teach you.
And we need to teach our young women how to care for themselves. But a lot of boys, honestly, and I say boys, but some men think that it's supposed to have an odor, a smell.
No, it is not.
To the company fish fry.
Did you say the company fish fry? What in the world?
Let's bring it back, though. I'm gonna try to bring. I'm gonna bring it back.
You got some comedy lines for that? What you do? I know you do.
I'm gonna bring it back, though. I'm gonna bring it back.
Okay, so it's supposed to have an odor or a twang, man.
Of course not.
Your coochie should not taste like. Okay, that is first and foremost. There should not be an odor. Okay, that should taste like water.
I cannot.
If I breathe in,
oh Jesus,
taste the air, is something wrong with that.
Oh Lord,
it is something wrong with that man. Now everybody got an off day, you know. Everybody, but if I say something, hey, listen, you know, there's a little demonstration down there, and you get offended, and then on your lip like, here, girl, here, taste that. No,
you didn't.
That's yours. You know?
Way too much.
And you sitting there, you try to stand by that product, you hold on to it, you know. Just be accountable, you know. Just be accountable for what you had a bad day. I understand. Call me next week when you know, a couple bowls of pineapples and a half a gallon of water in, then we can revisit the situation. We just got to be adult about it.
All right. My next question is describe the levels of support that you've been receiving over the years. And are you truly amazed that right now you're living this life of just talking and making people laugh?
Oh man. It gets overwhelming at times because people that you think, that would never be in your corner when it comes to things that you're doing, it's like, wow, like these people really came through for me, you know. And to see people giving me, after me being in the game for 5 years, I'm actually getting headlining gigs, like big shots, you know, and people believe in me enough to say, hey, I think this guy can get the job done. That is the greatest feeling ever. The greatest feeling, you know, just like me getting an email from you guys, you know, that's huge to me. I want to say, you know, if I haven't already said it already, it's an honor, and I appreciate you guys even inviting me on the show. You know, because I don't know who knows who I am, you know. I've been as far as New Jersey doing comedy. You know, I had my first show in DC on the 25th with Jackie L Entertainment, you know, with Chicken Wings and Comedy Things, I believe, you know. So that'll be my very first time in DC doing comedy. I've tried to do comedy there before, but, you know, shows kept getting canceled. But God does everything for a reason. You know, when your time comes, it's going to come. And things come, you know, I got to be prepared for it. But it's just so many different people that I've never thought a day in my life that would be interested in what I was doing. You know, they show big love, and it's an honor, man. You know, it's definitely an honor, and I appreciate it, man. You know, it's a blessing. You know, and I don't take it for granted. You know, I try to give my best whenever I step out on that stage.
You know, we all I know you're doing comedy and you're living one of your dreams. But when you look back over your life, if there's anything that you can change, what would it be?
Anything that I could change.
Right. You know, if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Don't get married at 19.
Amen.
Don't get married at 19, brother. Hold on. Hold the line. Something better is coming. Something better is coming. Now, granted, I got 3 beautiful children from my first marriage. But as a young man, would have rather done it differently? Yes. Yes, because it was a learning curve, and I grew up with my daughters. And me, the father is the first love for his girls.
Right.
You know, and a lot of the things that I partook in as a young father, a lot of things that my daughters seen me and their mother go through were things that I wish they would have never seen. You know, so those are right as a dad. But as a father, I own everything that I've been through as a young man, and I take those things as an older man, you know, and try to be better. You know, my son, he can't say that he saw any of the things that my daughters have seen. You know, so he sees the grown up version of his dad. He sees the part of his dad that I want him to be, that he's proud of. You know, my daughters now, they're 20 and 21 years old. The dad they see today, they're very proud of. You know, they see what I went through and what it was for me to become the man that I am today, and they are very supportive of the man that I am. And our bond is greater than ever. You know, so it's a blessing. You know, so that's in a nutshell to answer that question.
Okay.
Well, I think that's an awesome testimony, and I think that you should, in my personal opinion, um, express that a lot, even in your comedy, because you never know how you can touch someone. Because I definitely can concur with everything you just said. I'm 43. I have five. My girls, three girls, two boys. The boys are their babies, so they didn't get a chance to see this grown up Alicia. I was 16 when I got married, and my husband was 10 years older than me. So you already know how that story went
Absolutely, absolutely.
for a very long time. So I dealt with a lot of personal issues. Of course, we go through because we're growing up at the same time. So the abuse, some abuse came, you know, some revelations came. So that's an awesome testimony. So I'm glad that you shared that with us. I think that you should make sure when you do your skits and when you do your writing, that because you touch us. You know, you never know what person is holding on to those things and they don't want to let go because of the guilt that they feel. I felt so guilty for so many years because
Right.
my kids had to go to therapy because of the things that I was doing, but I was a child too, still trying to figure it out. So yeah, I think that is so totally awesome. So with that being said, how are you impacting them now with their relationships and things going forward?
Oh, we talk, especially my youngest daughter. We talk all the time. You know, we've always had an incredible bond. You know, so we talk daily. You know, she's in a relationship with a young man. She and their relationship is amazing, and you know, we talk about it, and she made me feel really good. And you know, she said that Dad, I look for a man that has the unapologetic qualities that you have,
Oh,
even though you've done wrong, you've owned your wrong,
mm.
correct that. You know, so I really appreciate that. You know, when it comes to the relationship side of things, you know, and my young gun, he called himself trying to date, but I'm keeping him in the
Yeah, that 11 ain't no joke.
yeah, he's an old man. Like I said, he's 11,
Mhm.
you know, so he thinks he's my dad sometimes, you know, but it's okay, you know, but we definitely have those man to man talks. Try to talk to him like a man, you know, instead of talking to him like my son, because I try to prepare him for a world that won't treat him like a child. You know,
Mm.
not exposing him to too much, but exposing him to enough that he understands when he goes out into the world. Nobody owes him anything, you know. And as a black man, you have to work 3 to 4 times harder than your counterpart to get ahead in life. You know, so you always got to stay grounded and stay in your ground in whatever you do, you know, and keep yourself in a mind state that I got to work for what I want and ain't nobody gonna give it to me.
Mm-hmm. So someone that's coming into the comedy game just fresh off the street, what would be your advice to them? I mean, what's the pros? What's the cons? You know, what advice can you give them coming into the comedy world?
Best thing I can tell a young comedian coming into the game: keep it your craft. If this is something that, if you're gonna do this, be dedicated to it. You know, stand your ground and know your worth.
Mm.
Own that. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Own your funny. Be comfortable in who you are. Be the best you. Don't imitate anybody. Don't steal from anybody.
That's a good one.
Steal from anybody, because I'm gonna be the first one to tell you. If I hear my jokes coming out your mouth, I'm gonna shoot you.
I'll shoot you.
And look, I work hard for those.
Right.
Coming in, be original, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have no fear. You know, don't be scared to ask questions. You know, and study, do your homework, because anybody can grab a mic and act stupid or act silly, but this is a skill.
Okay.
This is a skill. This is a craft. This is no different than an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter. You have to learn. You have to do your homework. You have to, and stay right every day. I don't care what it is. If it's 3 lines or a subject, right. And again, study. Do your homework. Don't be afraid to jump outside of the box and just do something that's outside of your normal. But as long as it's you, you can't go wrong, because nobody do you like you can do you.
Right. Good advice.
I know you said that you I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
I'm about to say it's almost. So I'm about to get his info and wrap this thing up, because it's almost time for us to get the hell up out of here, because I can't afford to pay Trump overtime.
I got 5 on it.
Oh, I was just going to ask you. I heard you say be your own self, be your don't mock or be anybody else. But who, if you had to be someone, who would be that person? Who would be that one to be like, I want to be like him? And then, are you intimidated by anybody in the industry? That's 2-part questions.
The one person that I would want to be, well, he's already gone, and I said who that was, Red Fox.
Red Fox, okay.
Intimidated by anybody? No. Are there people that I admire that I would love to meet? Yes. Several. And to be honest, I don't even think they're well. You guys, they wouldn't be what you would be considered mainstream comedians. These are people that I've seen that are on the come up, that are super hilarious. One of them being a guy named K-Dub out of Atlanta. Super funny cat. Yeah, that's like people I admire. And there are a whole lot of comics in the DMV that are super funny that I can't wait to work with. You know, people that I haven't met yet. And yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's where I'm at. That's who Red Fox is, who I would like to be. K-Dub is one of those people that I would love to see. And Tony Baker. I would definitely be starstruck, because that's one of the most funniest cats I know on the internet. Now I've seen his stand up several times, and I love him.
Okay.
We'll have to check them out.
Hey, all right, Papi the Bear. First and foremost, thank you for coming on Impact Radio.
Thank you.
We have a very small community, so you know it's always amazing when we can get somebody to come up in this piece.
Absolutely.
And we're happy you showed face today.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me anytime.
And where can people find you, and when is your show, and where is your show going to be located?
Yes. So next show I have will be at Magooby's Joke House. And Maryland. I will be headlining. The show's name is Chi Finds the Funny number 11. Chi-Chi's another funny comedian out of Baltimore, super hilarious. She's on the rise as well. Shout out to her. It's her birthday show. I will be headlining that. You have featured on that show Walt the Wizard, Snow on the Go, King Tink, and Smooth. These are comedians out of DMV. Walt the Wizard is from Black Ink, so he'll be on the show. Then right after that, you have Unity in the Community, which is a citywide charity show that I do every year with two friends of mine, DJ Mook and DJ B. Man, we go into the communities of Baltimore and we just give out free comedy, man, to give love and laughs. After that, I will be starting my tour, the Papithebear Experience, and that starts on October 9th. And that'll be at Gentleman's 10. That'll be the first show, and then we'll post dates from there. Outside of that, you can find me at IamPapithebear on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and that's IamPapithebear. I am Papi the Bear on all social media platforms.
All right.
Thank you again, sir. And let's get these things rolling. DC, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Dcsbaddest on IG. That's DCSBADDEST. That's where you can find me.
All right. Next week on Impact Radio, we got my man USPA champion, my brother John. We got my man from the DMV area who specializes in knocking people the out.
Nice.
Love that.
And also for our 1 year anniversary is coming up September the 10th. We're going to find something special to do. On September the 10th, we got coming on two of the craziest dudes alive, and they're very honest and very fun. We got Dr. Bishop Parham coming back on. And we got the man, our first big person who ever supported this podcast coming back on. My guy, Kevin from Poor Bullfit is coming back on as well. September the 10th. If you want some people going to keep it real,
yes, sir.
Tune in.
Yes, sir.
Tune in. That's all I got to say. Dr. Bishop Parham is definitely going to keep it real. First Lady, do you want them to find you this week? It's like, don't try to find me. My husband crazy.
My husband crazy. But if you are interested on being on the show, you have something interesting to talk about, hit me on my email. That's kimhonda69@yahoo.com, and we could talk about it. And I just want to thank Papi the Bear for coming on the show and just being real and honest with us. So thank you so much.
Yes, and congratulations on your success. 5 years strong.
Yeah.
Keep stride going, and we definitely here to support you.
Absolutely. Congratulations on you guys' podcast. This was an amazing experience for me. You know, I definitely won't be a stranger, so you definitely got a fan out of me, and I definitely let people know, hey, come to Unpack. Y'all know where it's at.
All right. Don't forget to go and subscribe. You got to go and subscribe and like it now.
Oh, I'm on it. Look, I'm on it. I'm recording.
Okay.
So I'm putting it on my page too.
That's what's up. Right. We got you.
And we're going to share your information as well. So continue blessings to you and your family.
Big blessings. Big blessings. Y'all have an amazing night.
You do the same. Be safe.
All right. Now.
See you guys on next week on Impact Radio. We got a lineup for you. Salute.
Salute.